So, um, I was gonna say something. Oh, the crazy thing about my love is I don't judge the mistakes. I figure if we say love isn't perfect, then why do we have the right to talk down on it when it messes up? I mean, I think love can be a mind game. Because, I mean, we expect so much that we complain about the stuff that's missing, but forget that as long as we're still there with each other, everything else can get fixed. I mean, people make mistakes, then judge themselves and push away because they can't forgive their own flaws. So they get used to being in the dark, that when light is shined down, they run from it. Everyone wants change, but forget that improvements are needed. People are used to putting a mask on and pretending that they move on with new so they don't face the reality of their past. See, I know this because I used to be the same way. I lived a life of fools and I learned that no one wants to be sold a dream, but live reality in one. So I love hard and realistically. I say realistically because basically I expect you to make the same mistakes. I expect you to fall a few times, and I expect you to push your way out of fright and pain. We're only human, right? But as though we are only as good as our past allows us to be, because if we are still the same scared soul, we are carrying the fears and not allowing our present to make plans for the future. All we are promised is our own confidence and how we're able to hold control of it. So, I mean, which is why I learned to quit being fake about love and accept people fuck up. But no matter whatever happens, the moment is that if you're determined, you take control and then you learn from it. You're always reminded of love and the people that love you, because sometimes people get caught up in their own mistakes and flaws that they then become a prisoner to their own bullshit. And once you're prisoners in your own bullshit, you're just like you're closed minded. Like, even though you can tell that you need to fix it, you feel like you don't deserve it. And then when you feel like you don't deserve it, it just becomes more of an issue. Because I mean, again, what's an issue without a solution? Like, I don't know, this okay, think outside of the box for me, people. Why is there a definition to unexplainable, but there's still a definition? And why do you think you can have love, but then you have to have pain? But then they're like totally exact opposite. And why do you think that you could be with someone who don't understand you, who basically you guys argue, but yet you're still so attracted to each other? It doesn't even matter at the end of the day. Why do you feel like there's always a reason for what you're going through? Or when you go to church and you feel like that day they're just talking about you because everything you experienced is like it's there. It's like you're getting answers to it, and it's just like sometimes you have to be able to think like this so that you can have a better understanding to how things are. Like I used to always think that I deserved less of what I got because I was always playing with people's emotions. But when I became more aware of who I am and my ability to make someone else smile, it was like, you know what? Fuck it. In order to really, really forgive my past and what I did, I had to forgive myself and know that I'm only human. And when I cut, I bleed. And when I love, it's the love that I wish to receive. So at the end of the day, you had to be able to accomplish self-confidence, because if you don't have that, you always have insecurities, because you always think that someone can do it better than you, which is not true. Because if you allow someone who you really, really love or you really, really like to want to see who you are as a person, they'll shine out all of the rest. You'll outshine them. They'll see you and they'll know that you're someone that they don't want to live without. But don't be another statistic, because I feel like everyone is their own individual person, but they allow people to use them. So don't ever, even though you know they give you everything that you're looking for, always know your worth and know that you deserve the best, even through your flaws and mistakes and everything else. Because if you don't, that person is always gonna walk on you, and they're always gonna feel like you'll be there at the end of the day, because that's what they're used to. So don't be the rug that they walk on, but be the arms that they run to and they want 24/7, and not just when it's convenient to them. But also know what loneliness feels like, because when you don't have no one else, you have yourself. You gotta just hug yourself sometimes and just know that one day your happiness will come. But that's the mistake that people make, is that they don't want to be alone. So, you know, like I said, they keep putting how they feel on a rug and going after what they can at the moment, because they have to settle for the time being, instead of facing the challenges that are going to help you in the long run versus just right now. So with that being said, I really wish everybody a great, great new year and happiness that they feel they deserve. But don't settle for less, because I know I'm not.